Okay, good evening, everybody. How y'all doing out there? And welcome to the Wrestling Podcast. We ain't really got a full name for it yet, but we'll get it together. All right. Now, as y'all see, I got some special guests with me. I got Eagles Quez in the building, representing, I guess, the blue brand. I'm not sure if he's blue or red brand. I'm not sure. We got Ray Ray's podcast. He's representing, I'm guessing, the red brand. I guess he's a Netflix guy. And KT, I'm guessing this is KT from Sports Life Talk in the building. And
I'm representing NXT. I'm next. I got
you.
I'm definitely blue brand. I like SmackDown more than any of the other shows.
Yeah, SmackDown is normally mine. I like them all, but I rep SmackDown.
All right, well, I guess I'm representing Raw, so that'll just be me. Old school represent Raw. That'll be me. So that's how I feel on it.
See, when you didn't have cable, we had SmackDown. When you didn't have cable, it was on network TV. It used to be on UPN.
That's in y'all day when we ain't had cable. We just had to wait for that Saturday morning joint, and that's all we got.
Was it Shotgun Saturdays? No, that was a nighttime show. It was called Shotgun.
I think it was Thunder. I think it was Thunder from WCW.
They had WCW like live. Or
they had Shotgun. Then they had like a Heat Wave show. They had a bunch of stuff.
Oh, what was it? No, they had WWE Superstar. I think it was like Superstars on Saturdays that would come on.
Yeah, Superstar.
Then I think WCW Primetime was on Saturday night. Remember, that's when they had the ring that were rotating. When they did it in the MGM studio, the ring would like rotate.
No, I don't remember that.
Oh,
yeah, man, you lost me on that one.
Before my time.
And I'm about to say that I ain't gonna say the boy. I'm old, so I can't even say before my time. But I don't remember that. I'm just gonna say that I don't remember that.
Yeah, go back and look at that old set.
You got me on that one. But as far as me to represent Raw, I felt as though this is one of the best Raws I've seen in a long time. They gave us enough of a build-up this week to make me believe that it's going to be something good for WrestleMania. That's how I feel, all right? I'm still very disappointing that we got this big old rollout for Danhausen, and all he did has been cursing people from backstage. I haven't even seen him in the ring. That's the crazy thing about it.
And you probably won't see him in the ring. That's how good he's been with the WWE. They have to put him in the ring. Backstage is where he's more effective.
He's like he's probably like a non-wrestling R-Truth.
Yeah,
that's I think exactly what he is. I don't think you really want to see Danhausen in the ring because whatever it is going to be a squash match. He's a jobber.
Yeah, exactly. I can't wait to see both of them together though. R-Truth and Danhausen. That's what I'm going to go.
I don't. That's terrible. You mean to tell me I'm getting more in-ring action from Paul Heyman than Danhausen?
Yeah.
You
didn't watch WWE world we live in.
He did the same thing in AEW. He wrestled I probably seen him wrestle once or twice in AEW. Everything else has been just backstage and just getting the crowd crunk.
Yep. Did he not wrestle Ricky Starks?
You know what I'm saying? In AEW, he wrestled a couple of times, but then he got hurt too in AEW.
Because I remember Ricky Starks was making fun of the way he talked. He's like, that was a funny video. Ricky Saints.
Was he Danhausen in AEW as well? Is it the same character?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the same character.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's terrible.
Well, he's buddies with CM Punk, so that's probably what got him in WWE. So
yeah.
Okay.
He's over though, man. You got to let that man breathe.
Crowd loves him, bro. They love him.
And that's what it's about.
I like Danhausen.
He got to get in the ring, man. I'm not sitting there waiting for him to tell somebody they cursed and then he disappeared. No, he got to get in the ring, man. I'm sorry.
You're going to be disappointed because if he can get over just doing this, why would I put him in the ring?
Exactly. Like,
there's no point.
Yeah.
That's
you know what, Ignorant? You should look at Danhausen as somebody who's a manager without a client yet.
I just said Paul Heyman got more. I just said that. Yeah. Paul Heyman got more in-ring action than that. And everybody's cool with this. Like everybody's cool with this, but me. I must be the only hater.
You are.
But one of the biggest things too with WWE is someone that can move merchandise. He probably is moving merchandise. So if you're moving merchandise, we're gonna add you to our show. We're gonna put you on the show somewhere if you're moving merchandise. Like, yeah.
You know what? Okay, I see that. You making the money, they're gonna keep you around. So okay, but let me give you another one that I thought was shocking, but not too shocking. I think Gunther is officially joining the Vision.
I don't see it. I don't see it. Yeah, I don't see that.
I'm gonna tell y'all this. They need to bring back Imperium. That's what they need to bring back. If this dude is like hated by everybody, he's gonna need backup. So the whole Americano grind, whatever that is, that's good because it's moving merchandise too. But I'm tired of that. Let's bring old boy back. What is his name? Ludwig. What is his name?
Ludwig Kaiser.
Yeah, we need to bring Kaiser back and bring those other two dudes back, and that's a new Imperium. That's
Ludwig Kaiser. The other guy got released. That's the only issue with that. Can't remember his
name.
name.
No, I'm saying the guys they got the other two guys, Tyler Braid, and our other guy,
Tyler Bates. Tyler Bates. Is it Tyler Bates?
Yeah. That's
and
the new
Pete
Imperium
Dunne.
right there.
Yeah,
those four
Dunne.
guys.
Yeah,
that could be the new Imperium.
Yeah.
I like that. That's a good idea.
I think the biggest problem, my biggest problem with them doing this, adding Gunther into this whole Vision storyline, is that it doesn't really fit. It's out of nowhere. And it feels like the only reason they added Gunther to this is so he can have a match at Mania, because they haven't done a proper job of building him up as a real heel. They just been throwing legends at him for him to beat, but it's like after a while, it's like, man, we don't care about that.
Yeah.
So they haven't done a proper job of establishing him as a real heel. So now they got to try to find somewhere to fit him in to get him on the WrestleMania card.
I think they have established him as a heel. But you got to think, 2 of the matches have got messed up because of injuries. Yeah, injuries has kind of, if we even go back, the injuries is what messed up the whole Vision storyline anyways. Seth Rollins got hurt, so that's why they had to flip the switch for Braun Breaker to turn on him way earlier than expected. Then Braun Breaker gets hurt. Then Bronson Reed gets hurt. So that just threw a monkey wrench in all that, because originally the rumor was to have Braun Breaker versus Seth Rollins at WrestleMania. Then Gunther versus Rey Mysterio was a rumored match for this year's WrestleMania, because, Gunther had went after Dragon Lee, or Dragon Lee went after Gunther or whatever, and it would make sense because, that's Rey Mysterio, his guy, he's a legend too.
I think Rey Mysterio been injured since that time he was supposed to enter the Royal Rumble and never did. I think he's been injured since. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I don't think he can recover from it.
Yeah, I think he messed up his ribs or something like that at the Royal Rumble. So that's why or after the Royal Rumble or something like that. Yeah. So I mean, that threw a monkey wrench. You got a lot of monkey wrenches that got thrown in this year's WrestleMania. So yeah, like no one would have thought that AJ Styles wasn't supposed to retire. They couldn't come to an agreement on a new contract with him. So that's why he went ahead and just like, fuck it, let's retire. So those plans would have been different. Then they were supposed to bring Chris Jericho back. I don't know what happened with that.
Well, he's with AEW.
I
showed up on AEW.
Yeah, I see you stress your frustrations on that in the chat about.
Because I mean, it's stupid, bro. Like, I don't know. It's. I think what it was is AEW was scared of all people still going to WWE, and they know that would have been a big blow if Chris Jericho have a retirement tour with WWE. Like that would have been. And personally, AEW is hanging on by a thread, in my opinion. They really are.
I mean, with AEW, y'all,
I never really gave AEW a chance. I've always been a WWE TNA guy, so I haven't really watched AEW all that much to know like the crazy storylines and all of that.
Yeah,
like I'm so programmed to watch WWE products. That's what it is.
Yeah,
with AEW, it's come a long way because now they're focusing on stories. The one thing I don't like about AEW is you can get somebody, drop them on their head, and they get right up, hit you with a move. Then they hit you with another move. I'm like, that's not realistic. That's the only thing I don't like about it. It's a good product, but I'm just so into the WWE. It's hard to watch.
At times, it seems like it's way too over the top with like the using the screwdrivers and driving them through their ears. Like,
they're using syringes
in people's mouth.
Oh yeah, come on.
Yeah,
it's not. You don't got to do all of that to sell a match. You really don't.
Yeah.
They might have to. They kind of like going old school ECW. Honestly, I ain't gonna lie to you. going through glasses and all that. Yeah, they kind of going old school ECW, and that old school ECW was the reason that made me like when people say wrestling was fake. That's what I used to say. Watch ECW. That's what I used to say.
That's right. You are from Philly, so I mean that makes sense. You from Philly, so I mean that kind of makes sense.
I thought everybody could watch ECW. I didn't know it was just in Philly until later. Till one of my boys told me he had to clean all that mess up because he worked down there.
Yeah, man. It's but the thing is with AEW is it's too indie. It's an indie show basically with high production. Essentially, is what it is, right? And they have WWE will always be number one. No one's ever stopping WWE because it's just how much access it has. But you got to think the way WWE builds long-term stars, right? How many stars have you seen be built in AEW? Not that many. And the ones you have, they're already in WWE. Like how many? I can't remember. 5-6 people have already jumped ship.
Like it's only a matter of time before Swerve Strickland or Will Ospreay come to WWE.
I was going to say, what about Hangman Page?
I mean, he was big on the independents in Japan. Like he already had. Those guys were like big independent stars, if you want to call them. They weren't in the WWE at the time, so those guys already had a big name. Because I think Adam Page, Hangman Page, he was in a Bullet Club, like over there in Japan. So he was already established. So that's what AEW did. They got a bunch of established, like independent in Japan wrestlers over there. But their first big signing was, John Moxley, right?
Yeah.
That was their first big WWE signing. Of course, and I guess if you want to count Chris Jericho, I mean, but Chris Jericho, he didn't have a contract.
I thought it was Chris because I thought Chris Jericho was a bigger.
Well, he didn't have a contract at the time with WWE, so I guess. Then after that, of course, when WWE told Daniel Bryan, like, all right, he left or whatever.
Yeah.
Which honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if Daniel Bryan showed back up in WWE.
Because his wife is back.
The Bella twins are there. That wouldn't surprise me.
Like, why not have like one last match or a couple of matches and retire WWE? Because I mean, you're talking about a guy who got over naturally. That was a guy that got over naturally, Daniel Bryan. The people got behind him, and you can't stop it. And like WWE is smart when they realize, okay, the people are behind something. All right, let's get behind it. And it worked. Unfortunately, he got injured when he got injured, but he was able to come back though. But man, imagine if that cat never got injured, how much even bigger of a star Daniel Bryan would have been.
I didn't think he was that good of a heel.
I mean,
He even like when he did the joint for Kofi Kingston, which I thought was very good, that Kofi went and did the same thing he did to try to fight his way to get to the title and everything. But I thought it was good for Kofi, but Daniel Bryan wasn't that good of a heel to me. That's all I'm saying.
I mean, I don't think it was bad. No,
and then they hooked him up with Eric Rowan, and I
like
that was smart.
I like the environment friendly Daniel Bryan with that title.
The paper title he had. He had like that paper.
I just like the. I
thought it was creative that he went that way with it.
Yeah, because I mean that's his real life character. Like he's all about like environmental and stuff like that. So like art imitated daily life, is what they say. As I like to say it.
Well, that is what it is. So, Obafemi. Here's just the question. I'm just asking a question. Do you think WWE will let Obafemi lose this match?
You cannot let him lose this match. He should be instantly pushed. He has to be Brock Lesnar. If you make him lose, he messes up all momentum that he has. He has to win.
But if we're being honest about it, would we be at all surprised if they put Brock over?
I think you kind of got to put Brock over.
No,
and here's why.
I don't think we'd be surprised if they did that.
Here's why I would say that, because if the rumors are true, his last match is probably gonna be SummerSlam, and Gunther's gonna be the one to retire him. If those plans still stay, that's kind of the rumors going around. At SummerSlam, it's gonna be it for Lesnar. Because I think Gunther's gonna be eventually they're gonna do Gunther versus Brock Lesnar. So, do you want to have him lose 2 big matches, a WrestleMania and a SummerSlam? I mean, granted, you're gonna have other matches in between, WrestleMania and SummerSlam, but the way his schedule works, I don't see him wrestling too many more times between WrestleMania and SummerSlam. So you got to have him going into a SummerSlam. If that is true, we don't know, with some type of momentum. But at the same time, if you want a mega star, you got to have Oba win.
You got to have him win. Here's my thinking too.
I think you got to have him dominate. I don't think he could just win. He should dominate Brock.
I don't know. I think he could just win.
You think so?
I think he could just win. Like, I think it could really just be like, Brock Lesnar, about to give him a second F5 and, he gets out of it, then, hits him with his move and then comes back and does that other one from the corner and finally gets him. I think he could just win.
And here is my thing.
Brock Lesnar, he going to probably try to get over in like 5 minutes.
Well, now Brock he'll put Oba over. He's good at doing that. If he likes you, because the stuff he's been doing, getting beat up, he wouldn't do that for anybody else. Yeah. But my thinking with that too, y'all, I would have had this match go on, and then to like protect both of the wrestlers, I would have had Gunther come in the ring and start beating up Brock to set up the SummerSlam match. That's what I would have did. You can protect both of them by having someone interfere, and no one really loses. And you still have them
had that at WrestleMania. Have they ever had no one like a match like there was no clear winner at a WrestleMania? I don't think I've ever seen that.
I don't know. That's a good question.
I don't think there's ever been an
I don't think they've ever done it at WrestleMania.
Only time I think interference has happened is it led to a wrestler winning.
Yeah. It's never been like a disqualification or anything like that. I'm pretty sure there has been disqualifications at. Man, that's a good question.
There's been disqualifications. I know that for sure. Yeah. But has it been to a point where, we were waiting for a winner that we were actually waiting for and we didn't get a clear winner? Yeah. I can't truly think of that off the top of my head now.
And just have him jump in the ring, throw him in a sleeper hold.
Yeah.
Disqualification. Like I said, you protect both of the wrestlers. And you still have the momentum.
From the storyline.
I think if what y'all saying is true about Brock retiring at SummerSlam, I personally believe that Brock loses. Gunther beats Seth Rollins. They come back Monday, and Gunther hits Brock with the Solo Sikoa Jimmy Uso movement and choke him out. Like, you lost, you out the group.
So if we're thinking a no contest for the ending of the match, storyline wise, because I get what Ray is saying, doesn't make sense to do that though, to just throw Gunther into the middle of all of that, knowing he's going to be feuding with Seth Rollins at this point. What if you do something to where, like, I don't know, you got Oba and Brock are just beating the hell out of each other, and it ends in a no contest. None of them can get up for the 10 count. You can end it that way in a draw.
I don't know. Do you want to mess up Oba's record? Nobody's beat him yet, right?
But it would be a draw. So he didn't win, but he didn't lose.
But I think if you were gonna have him lose, I think Brock's a guy for him to lose to. If he had to lose, you would want it to be Brock Lesnar, the most, dominating champion of all time. Some people would say. But it's funny how someone was joking like Oba's gonna finge all the black wrestlers, because you think Brock Lesnar beat all the black.
Kofi said that. Kofi Kingston said that. Yeah,
because Brock Lesnar has beat all the black champions. Like, he took the belt from Bobby Lashley, Kofi.
He beat Kofi in like 20 seconds. It was terrible.
It wasn't even 20 seconds. I don't think it was 20 seconds. Was it?
It was terrible, man. I was like, come on, man. At least let him have a fight. Like, come on, man.
I mean, I think I would rather have him squash Kofi like that than him, because we know Kofi was going to lose. They're not having Kofi go over on Brock Lesnar. At that point, you just get it over with. At that point, I guess.
Yeah, but at least let Kofi get a kick in or something. That was ridiculous.
It was ridiculous,
and it was on SmackDown too, bro. That's what made it even worse, because it was the premiere of SmackDown Live or whatever, something like that.
Yeah, Kofi got the bad end of the stick on that. I don't think he had a title defense since.
But it's because with Oba, the thing is, we know he has to lose at some point. Like, he's gonna lose, right? But it's the timing of it. Is it the right time for him to lose a match. I don't think it is, but I wouldn't be surprised if they put Brock over because we know his last match is more than likely at SummerSlam.
Yeah. You know, this kind of reminds me of Goldberg. Remember, like, okay, when do we end the streak?
Yeah.
And, like, you got to be kind of protective of that. Okay, how long we let him go for? Like, how long?
That's how they beat him. They hit him with the electric joint. Yeah.
Yeah. Like, because at that point, like, if you build this guy up to be so dominant, and he can never lose at this point, you know what I'm saying? So, like,
the crowd has to believe that, okay, this guy can be beaten, but we also know he's dominant.
Yeah.
Like with Brock, it's that possibility that the wrestler who he's going against could win, but more likely than not, he's not going to.
Yeah.
Okay. I just hope he don't lose. That's why build up the ruler just for him to lose Brock. That doesn't make sense.
But it's just a lot of the stuff they're doing now just doesn't make sense. That's why
I agree. If they have Paul Heyman cheat and that's how he loses?
Who?
What if they have Paul Heyman do one of his cheating moves and that's how the ruler loses?
I don't know. I don't think. Do you think Paul Heyman's gonna be out there for both of those matches? Or it depends on which nights they're on.
At the Royal Rumble.
I think he will be.
Yeah, he will. It depends on like which. I think one match is gonna be on one night and the other is gonna be on the other night. So if that happens,
First of all, if this Usos versus the Vision is true, I think he's gonna be out there for all three matches.
Could
be. Which I'm interested in. The question like how they're gonna build the cards for each night. That's what I'm worried about. Because I feel like one night is always better than the other one every year.
And it's usually a night two that's better.
Night two has always been better.
Not last
couple years.
Not last year.
Night one had the better main event, but night two overall was better than night one.
Because night one last year was
better. Jacob Fatu won the belt on night one, right?
I think so.
And so did
I think so.
And so did Jey Uso. That was the first match.
Yeah, but that match kind of
it was terrible. Let's be honest.
The way it ended, I wasn't a fan of the way it ended.
Well, he shouldn't have put him in a sleeper hole. Like he shouldn't have won that way.
Yeah. Well, no. You gotta think that was long-term storytelling because Gunther has never been a guy to handle submission moves. If you go look at NXT, he lost to Ilya via tap out. Like he's one of those guys he could put moves on you, but he can't take it himself, like submission moves or whatever. So like I feel like it's been a part of that character. I don't know, but I don't know why they put the championship on Jay. I think
he was over, man. Just like I just
he was over.
He was over.
I understand why.
The Yeet movement was ridiculous at that time, man. Yeah. Like the fact that they changed their song now, terrible. Okay,
trash.
Terrible.
That song is horrific.
They should have just changed the beginning to say it's just us, Oos. That's it. That's what they should have changed it.
Or go back to the original one.
Everything else the same.
They're gonna go back to it because that Yeet movement. People are still yeeting right now.
Bro,
whenever that music hits,
I'm tired of it.
I mean, if it's getting the crowd into it, because some of these cities when they go to, crowds are dead. So if we can get them yeeting and get their energy up, I'm with it.
But honestly, when you say that the cities are dead, right? But then when they go overseas, they let them go bananas. But if you ever go to a show, they'll stop. They'll have you calm down.
The crowd is different overseas.
Overseas, they let them go bananas overseas.
WrestleMania in Wembley Stadium would be legendary, and they just won't do it.
I think it's going to happen in the next couple of years.
I think it is too, because they're about to do it in Saudi Arabia next year.
Maybe. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see about that.
Yeah.
With everything that's going on, you never know. But have y'all ever just seen a city where the matches are the bomb, but the crowds they're just not into it?
Yeah, it happens a lot. That happens a lot. Like that's happened pretty often. We're like, man, this crowd is terrible. Like
they're putting on good matches.
Yeah, I was like, but you're right. All the international crowds are always amazing. Like, remember Backlash in Puerto Rico? That thing was crazy.
Man, that was a good pay-per-view. I watched that whole pay-per-view.
Yeah.
What's the one? What's the one?
And that was singing that was just a mid-card pay-per-view, but the crowd made it so good, man.
Is that the one where they were singing AJ Styles song and the ring was shaking?
No,
oh, that was France, I think. Okay. Then the friends.
Yeah.
But he had a match there too, if I'm not mistaken, and he still got a good pop there too, didn't he?
Yeah.
In Puerto Rico. AJ Styles. I think he did have a match there, and it was still. I could be wrong.
I can't remember. Man,
I hate you, bro. That was my favorite wrestler, man.
Hey man, I ain't gonna lie. He's up there when you talk about like a complete wrestler can do it all. He's up there, man. He could beat you with a submissioner. He could beat you with his finisher, which is unique because a lot of people ain't doing that. Yeah. And man, like a real technical wrestler, man. He can do it. He can wrestle with anybody,
bro. In his prime, with anybody, bro. In his prime, he could do the high flying moves, technical moves, power move. He could do it all. He could have any match.
Yeah.
It is rare to have a wrestler that can do any match. Like some people are limited to what they can do, but bro, he did it all. Bro.
I know a lot of people don't like. A lot of people won't give him credit for this, but the way he put the Undertaker over in that match was perfect because they ain't had no crowd and Undertaker couldn't really move as good. But if you watch it, like the cinema and everything to it, I was like, this is what the Undertaker needed right here.
And if you watch, I don't know if y'all have ever watched it, Undertaker's Last Ride documentary.
No.
It's a really good documentary.
Yeah, I watched it.
He talked about how doing that match was one of the hardest matches he's ever had to do because they had to stop so much for filming with all of the scenes. So his body was stiffing up on him because it was cold outside. So he said that was one of the hardest matches to get through.
Wow.
But here's the thing, too. Because the reason why I think it was a cinematic match is because of COVID. If it wouldn't have been for COVID, I think it would have been a regular match, which I would have loved to seen it as a regular match. But that's one of the things. COVID changed a lot of things, and kudos to WWE for being able to pivot.
Yeah,
during COVID.
Most definitely.
Yeah.
I give them grace for that period because it's like they tried to do everything they could to keep us entertained somehow. So
yeah.
So what did y'all feel about? I'm gonna get to this and then we're gonna get to the rest of the card. How did y'all feel about Stephanie McMahon coming back, or out the blue, I should say?
I have no idea.
Yeah,
it didn't make a lot of sense.
A little left field. There's a little out left field because, like, to me, I like a long-term storytelling. Randy Orton, remember, you forgot he hit you with that DDT, then he kissed you, remember?
He kissed her, yeah.
You remember that?
Yeah. Remember he had Triple H handcuffed?
Right.
Like all the shit he did to her, like RKO, like her whole family and stuff like that. So like, I don't understand. You should be going out there telling like, Cody, like, hey, I need to go whoop this nigga, like type shit,
But I think that might be a concluded storyline, though. I don't know if it goes back that far. Because now we talking decades when that happened.
Yeah, that was a young Randy Orton. Yeah. That's back when he ran in his house and tried to hit him with a sledgehammer and all that.
Yeah.
I was in elementary school when that happened.
Ironically, WWE social media page on Instagram have been posting old footages of Randy Orton, like when he first met Cody Rhodes and he tried to punt Dusty Rhodes and stuff like that. So they're tying they're bringing back all those old storylines to it. And I also don't know if you've seen it, like Randy Orton's been on the phone with somebody, which I wonder who it is. A lot of people think it's been Arn Anderson, probably. Some people like, what if it's Ted DiBiase? Because he just beat all that court stuff finally.
Yeah, he did.
DiBiase Jr. You got to say all that.
He was facing a lot of
jail. You said Ted DiBiase, I'm like,
no, he got cleared for that.
He got cleared, but they were saying it was going to be a lengthy sentence if he was found guilty. So. Yeah.
Well, they found him not guilty, so so maybe that's a possibility. You could bring him back into the fold or something like that. I kind of wonder where they're going to go with that because obviously someone that's got history with Cody, someone that knows Cody. We'll see. I think Randy Orton should win, personally speaking.
Yes, he should. I'm gonna tell y'all this. I love Cody. I'm kind of getting tired of Cody too. I know that he's QB number 1. Yeah, he's great for WWE. He's taking the place for John Cena.
That's like John Cena.
Yeah, but you didn't have to let Drew McIntyre lose. Like Drew McIntyre keeps getting just screwed, just royally in the WWE.
Yeah.
Well, I think that's gonna make for a big.
And if we
if you want to be real, Drew McIntyre has probably been the best heel since the pandemic.
Yes, he has.
Yeah.
And that's what I was getting ready to say is, remember, before Roman Reigns returned, it was Drew that was carrying them through the pandemic.
Right.
He was wrestling on Monday night. He was holding Monday night down. So it's like he deserves to be a champion on the grandest stage in front of a live crowd. He hasn't got that moment yet.
Well, he won it at WrestleMania.
Yeah,
and then he lost it in the last. I was right there for all that when he lost it.
He had it for what, like 2 minutes?
Yeah.
I
was right there for all that. That was cool. That was real cool, man. I like that.
Did they ever speaking of Drew McIntyre, did they ever come out and say, yeah, Drew McIntyre was the one that attacked Jacob Fatu? Did I miss that?
Nope. That's the unfinished storyline. That's just
we still don't know who it was.
I think it's Cody. I think if they decide to flip Cody, it'll come out and say, oh, it was Cody.
So then Cody attacked Jey Uso too then.
I don't know.
Yeah, remember
they never said who attacked Jey Uso.
Remember they said it was the Vision that attacked Jey Uso. Remember?
Okay, they did say okay, all right.
They just said it was the Vision that did that, but remember Jacob Fatu was out for a little bit.
Right.
Someone had attacked him. So I guess he assumed it was Drew McIntyre, but no, they never clearly said that it was Drew McIntyre. I guess we all just assumed it. Or unless I missed that. Did I miss that? Or
then we all missed it because we all sitting here stuck like Chuck.
What if though? Look, I got a theory. So we know John Cena is the host for WrestleMania. Yeah. What if John Cena is the one that has been talking to Randy Orton on the phone?
Wow.
It wouldn't make it sense because he's retired. He's retired. So I mean,
The Rock is retired too, technically.
No, he's not retired. He's never.
He's like semi. Like he'll come back and wrestle every now and then, but
that'd be a good phone call if it was The Rock.
That's a good one. Yeah, that'll be good.
The Rock would make sense.
Yeah,
but then we can't trust The Rock. He won't show up. He messed up the final boss thing.
Yeah.
He killed that storyline. We needed him there to be the final boss, and he didn't show up.
So he got to make it right and fight Cody at SummerSlam.
Who you talking about? Rock?
Yeah, Rock.
Nigga, that's gonna be a WrestleMania. They know some. Well, it could be a SummerSlam, but I think that's a WrestleMania.
They got SummerSlam, a 2-day event, and they trying to sell tickets on that, and they got to show that they could sell a 2-day event for SummerSlam, or they'll get rid of it like they did
Rock
that.
Has 2 matches in him. I think he's got 2 matches. Roman, of course, Rock and Roman. That's got to happen at some point. Then I think Rock and Cody. Those are 2 matches that The Rock has. That they have to, because they said them Saudis were throwing a bag at The Rock to wrestle. Like were throwing a bag at him to come wrestle.
Yeah, that's why next year they want him and Roman. That's supposed to be the match next year at WrestleMania. Those
are the last year's match.
Which would make sense if he loses to Cody. And then
I really don't want WrestleMania in Saudi. I'm so against that.
I don't think nobody do, bro.
Nobody do. Even the wrestlers don't want it. The wrestlers don't want it either.
I don't want to see all the women dress up like Power Rangers no more.
Right. That's the part that I don't want, man. Listen, then they gonna do something smooth, like bring up my girl Miss Parker, and I don't get to see the cheeks. No, come on, man. I got to see the cheeks now. All right, listen, I don't get a lot of pleasures in my life, but them cheeks, got to see the cheeks, man.
I didn't know we were going there tonight.
Yeah.
Didn't see that one coming. Hey, Miss Parker.
Hey, Miss Parker.
You know what's funny? Right before she blew up, I reached out to her on Instagram.
Right.
And she said, I would love to do your show. But
too late.
Ever since she blew up, it was kind of hard. So
too late.
I'm still hoping to get Lash Legend somehow. That's what I want on the show too.
I wonder when they'll move her up from NXT, or maybe it's kind of her time to thrive at NXT.
Yeah, I think
you got to let Sol Ruka. Sol Ruka will be the next one.
So
Ruka for sure is next.
Hold up, dog. Sol Ruka took over Royal Rumble.
Yeah,
she took over the Royal Rumble. Her and Lash Legend was the MVPs to me of the Royal Rumble. That's how I felt on that.
I think her and what's her name, Kiana James. Kiana James had a great breakout. The Royal Rumble.
She showed what she could actually do. They let her cook.
Yeah, and her mentor. Yeah, her mentor is Charlotte. Charlotte, I heard, is like her mentor. That's like they're like,
oh, that's cool.
Yeah,
there's her mentor behind the scenes. So but I see some Charlotte in Kiana James. Like,
yeah, she's the truth, man.
Yeah. So that
they
really
gotta get away from Julia though. They gotta split that up.
I gotta take this call. I'll join back.
All right. So what? It's okay. Speaking of SmackDown, now I feel as though personally that the MFTs got to fight the Wyatt family at Wrestle.
No, that's done. You got to end that. That thing is over.
I didn't see my phone ringing.
That thing is over with, bro. I'm tired. That storyline is played its course. Like in that
still got the thing
with the lantern.
Yeah, they about to break them up. Solo need to go and kick it with his brothers and Roman, get the bloodline back together.
I believe so. I agree with that.
That's what I was thinking too. Like they need to the MFT. I like the MFPs, but it's not really going anywhere. There's no clear direction for it, and it's Wyatt thing it's got drawn out. All right, let's wrap this thing on up. Like, and
Nikki Cross never wrestles. Why is she a part of it? It doesn't even make sense there.
Because they ain't going to get so stable with no women in there. Yeah,
they are pushing them to be a group and to show up with the music. That's it. They're not pushing them. Honestly, Bo doesn't have a good enough voice. Uncle Howdy, Bo, however you want to talk about him, doesn't have a good enough voice to push it. And that's what it is.
And I don't think I would have done the Wyatt 6 storyline. I would have had Bo Dallas just come out and let him be himself and not Uncle Howdy, just be Bo Dallas or change his name to Bo Wyatt, whatever they wanted to do. Like,
Bo, you gonna let him do Bo leave? Ain't nobody want to see that Bo leave.
Yeah,
Bo.
I think. Go ahead, man. My bad.
Oh no, you're good. I was gonna say, just let him. They should have just let him come wrestle as himself, honoring his brother, like type situation or whatever, instead of this Uncle Howdy. Like this, it ain't quite the same effect as when Bray Wyatt was alive. It's just not. No one.
I think they got lazy with it though. I think it could have worked. I think Uncle Howdy could have worked. They just got lazy with everything because the introduction when they came in,
perfect.
They did really good.
Perfect with the introduction.
It didn't help get injured too. Injuries is a killer.
Yeah, then after that, it was just like, we're not gonna do anything with it. Like, why have Nikki Cross in your group? She could have been the Sister Abigail, or bring somebody in that can be Sister Abigail. Just do something. That group has potential. They just got to tap into it.
You know what? They got to get another member.
Yeah. On the flip side with the MFTs, like I feel like they were building Tama Tonga, like as to be a solo guy, which the guy can go. If y'all ever watch, I don't know if you ever watch Japan wrestling. Like I love Japan.
No, I've seen him wrestle. I know he could go.
He can go.
I know he could go.
Because you know that from what all the rumors, there's a bunch of the Japanese wrestlers are gonna be coming over to WWE. One of them is Evil. So I think that's where they play the whole storyline with Nakamura and Tama, because Evil is coming. But who else? The other rumored guy from Japan. So a couple of big Japan stars will be coming.
I hope they speak English.
Do what?
Hope they speak English.
Yeah,
because that's the only thing holding Nakamura back.
Yeah, which that's
weird. No, when they turned him heel, they didn't tap into it like it was because he's like, me speak no English, dude. That it was on point.
Yeah,
but
they just didn't push that dude, man. They just didn't push him right.
He had a couple different times because they had him win the Royal Rumble, right? Then he
Shinsuke Nakamura.
Yeah. Then he did that. Then he did that thing, the United States of Nakamura, when he was a heel. Because he was with Sami Zayn. Remember, Sami Zayn was with him because Nakamura introduced. Didn't Nakamura introduce the new Intercontinental Championship? The new version of it right now.
Don't give me the line.
I think so.
When he
got that brilliant theme song. I like his theme song.
Yeah,
I know why they stopped pushing him though. Did y'all ever hear that story?
What?
No.
When he was wrestling John Cena and he botched that move with Cena, dropped him on his head, it pissed McMahon off, so that's why they canceled his push.
I mean, goodness, I get it. You can't. The Golden Boy, we can't injure the Golden Boy. I totally get that. Yeah. But Shinsuke, he deserves better.
He definitely does deserve better. But that's why his original push was canceled, because he messed up that move with Cena.
Wow,
man! I think he had the best after WrestleMania appearance. Like how he showed up on the main roster, like the lights just go out and like someone come out playing a violin. I think that was one of the coldest NXT call ups. When they called him up,
they got to get that dude with the violin back though, because that was cold.
He killed it. Yeah.
That shit was cold. Was cold. But what are those guys' name? I gotta find those guys' name. I don't know if y'all. I know it was Evil is one of them.
Yeah, I think they already signed him though, didn't he? I think he's already signed.
I don't know. I'm still waiting to see if Zilla Fatu is gonna get the push he's supposed to get.
Zilla
Fatu. That if y'all don't know, that's Umanga's son.
Yeah, his son. Yeah. Who knows? He'll be up next
in the Indies.
Yeah,
I thought he was with somewhere else though. He didn't go to TNA for a little bit. Am I tripping?
Yeah, he did the TNA joint. TNA partners with the indie people a lot.
Okay.
So TNA had Enzo Amari on there. Enzo Amari's on Fourth Rope. He's the champion Fourth Rope.
Yeah.
Enzo Amari called Zilla, had him come to TNA.
Yeah.
Enzo Amari, every time he talk about one of the Samoans, he say, drop a deuce, drop a oos. That's what he always say.
Yeah. So about some guys that was over him and what was the guy he was with?
Big Cass.
Yeah.
God, they were over. Goodness.
Big Cass could have had a singles career in the WWE.
They tried to push him.
He could have.
He kept messing up. That's what.
Yeah.
That was on him.
They tried to push him though.
Yeah.
I would have liked to see them fight with Big Cass and Drew McIntyre.
Yeah.
Yeah, they tried to push him. They put him in that it's like a 6-man battle something, and they put him in there. And that's when everybody kept making fun of him. They was like, hold up, you talk? That's when they all said that. Like, you actually talk. Because Enzo always did all the talking.
My name
Enzo was
Enzo Amore.
Yeah. I like Enzo, man. Enzo was the top guy on the mic, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was.
So
he just couldn't wrestle.
I typed those guys' name in the chat. It was Evil and Himuro Takahashi are the two guys that WWE is rumored to be signing, like the big stars over in New Japan Pro Wrestling. Okay. So I think they could do a whole thing with that because, like I said, Tama was in Japan. Shinsuke was in Japan.
Is that why Shinsuke has been talking to Tama so much behind the scenes?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Now it makes sense.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
I think that's going to lead to
y'all talking about throwing away the Wyatt family. We ain't throwing away the Wyatt family.
I don't know. I think
we didn't say throw them away. We said that they got to do better.
I think they need a star.
I think it's time to conclude the Wyatt story.
No, I think they need a star. I'm putting it out there. I think they need a star.
Because now when they're done with the MFTs, where do they go to next? Like who do they fight next? What's another faction for them to fight?
No, they just going for the tag team title. Well, look like we got a new faction that's about to brew up with Jelly Roll and what y'all call him? Ron Killings and Wepa.
A real faction. It ain't gonna happen in that.
But there is a new faction.
I think there will be, but it's not that. There's been a rumor Johnny Gargano is supposed to be teaming back up with the Motor City Machine Guns. No, that's a rumor I was reading.
They fell off fast,
and they got the Motor City Machine Guns. They started to beef with each other.
Yeah, they fell off fast.
Break them up. They need to fix the tag team division. That's all they need to do.
In general,
it's a mess. The tag team division is a mess.
Terrible.
Women's and men's, it's a mess.
It's terrible, bro. You got so many good tag teams. Like, if you let these guys just let them go and wrestle, like, you got some guys could put on some bangers. What was it, a year or two ago that they had the ladder match that should have been
last
year? Yeah. Was it DIY?
Oh, that ladder match was crazy.
Yeah.
Oh, that was a good match. You ain't lying, dog.
And instead of putting that on the WrestleMania card, they gave us the New Day versus Viking Raiders when you could have did that on a Monday Night Raw.
Yeah.
That was on WrestleMania, New Day versus Viking Raiders.
And the only reason people were kind of excited about that is because they thought Big E was going to return, and once he didn't return, crowd was pissed.
Yeah. So I mean, here's the things, because eventually Street Profits are going to be coming back. What are you going to do with the Street Profits?
I don't know. They got to lose some weight first.
Because they tried turning them heel, that didn't work out. They didn't work with the Street Profits being a heel. So
the crowd just wouldn't boo them.
Yeah, so that really wasn't working. So you got to figure out when they come back, what are you going to do? Because right now your tag team champions, is it R-Truth and Damian Priest?
And Damian Priest,
tag team. That's just odd, bro. I don't know why they did that. That was fucking here. Take tag team titles.
Well, just to put them in WrestleMania.
Yeah, but they need to bring the New Day back.
I don't think they're going to add them on WrestleMania. I don't think it'll be a WrestleMania.
You don't think they're going to defend the tag titles at WrestleMania?
No, they're not. Absolutely not.
SmackDown tag titles don't get
storyline or nothing. Like WrestleMania is supposed to be a build to get to WrestleMania. There's no build for them to get to WrestleMania.
It is, well, not for Wepa and them, but it's a build for the MFTs and the Wyatt family. That's a big enough build there.
They're gonna be on that. They're probably gonna be on like the SmackDown before WrestleMania, the night before. They're probably gonna do a match like that. Don't
do them like that, man. But all this with the Wyatts, put them on WrestleMania. All these, we got to hear all these VHS tape stories. I'm ready for the WrestleMania.
It's a dead end story, bro. They botched it.
They gotta cut the lights off in Vegas. That's what they got to do, and then everybody come on, man, put the lights on. Come on, dog.
Because they've only light on. How many matches do they do each night? It's about 5 or 6 matches, y'all would say, each night.
So far, right now the card is 12 matches, so it'll be 6 each. But I'm sure there's going to be other matches added.
So it's probably going to be like 7, 8 matches
each
night.
Yeah,
they do like a pre-show match too, right? Pre-show match.
Yeah.
And since you're giving the first hour to ESPN, let the Wyatt and them be on that first hour. The Wyatt and MFTs. And then that's when they lose to the Wyatt family. That's when Solo and them break up right after WrestleMania. All makes sense.
You know what I had wanted to see? I wanted to see the Tongans versus the Usos.
That's what I
had wanted to see for the tag team titles.
That's what they get the tag team titles, but you're gonna get the Tongans versus the Usos with Usos with Solo Sikoa and the Tongans with all 3 of the brothers. So you're gonna get 3 brothers versus 3 brothers. That's what you're gonna get, and it's probably gonna be at SummerSlam because they gonna beat the dog out of Solo. they gonna beat the crap out of Solo, and it's gonna force Jimmy and them to go over there and help him. Yeah.
I mean, how do we get away from Solo being a badass enforcer to like now? He's a comedy genius, in my opinion, bro. I
think Solo's hilarious. Solo's real good. Yeah. He's become real good.
So it's like, he was the enforcer in the bloodline. So like, if you go back to the bloodline, like, can you see him back as an enforcer again? Like, I don't know. So that's just.
I think he's gonna be the one talking the most smack this time.
Yep. Because now he can back it up and still be an enforcer too, because he has his own voice.
I think the only one that's going to go back to being his original self in the bloodline, if they all go back together, is Jey Uso going back to being the right hand man.
You crash out Jey Uso?
Yeah, even though now he gonna make it seem like he the tribal chief, but
that's what it's leading to.
They're gonna end up fighting again. They're gonna end up fighting each other again.
I don't know. We done seen that story before.
And I talked to you all a little bit about this yesterday. Is like, how many times can you just fall back on this whole bloodline story before we finally conclude that and move on to the next thing? Like, how long are we going to keep giving that to the fans?
Before they get tired of chapters. You still got so many chapters and layers with the bloodline. Like, if you really wanted to bring Jacob Fatu back into the fold, all the Tongans, even other than Samoans that are not in WWE, like. There's so many different ways that could go. The Rock, like there's so many different ways.
That is going to be the trickiest one right there, The Rock, because he's considered the high chief.
Yeah.
Yeah, like in real life, he's the chief.
Yeah, he's the real life high chief. Like they gave him that when he was over, this videotaping of that while he was over there with his family. This is way before Roman was Roman.
I remember that video. I watched that, bro. I still can't. I loved it when they were doing a Cody Rhodes versus Roman, and The Rock was like, "Mama Rhodes,
yeah,
look at him now.
Mama Rhodes,
look at him now." That had me rolling.
Man, that WrestleMania match was off the chain, man. That was one of the best ones I've seen. Yeah. It would have been better if we had Stone Cold instead of the Undertaker.
Stone Cold he makes more sense.
Yeah,
he makes more sense.
That's what we were praying for.
I think the Undertaker was a good substitute though, because like the lights.
No, he was.
It was so very unexpected. Like it was like the lights went off, and then it was like
that glass. Yeah, if we'd heard that glass though,
that'd been legendary.
It'd have been up.
Yeah,
and he drive down on the ATV.
Yep. Go in there, give Rock the stunner. He sells it the best of anybody. Yeah. And you go from there.
So then who knocks him out was the thing. Who? That's why it had to be Undertaker, because he disappears when the lights is off.
Oh, Stone Cold would have been there. It'd have still been fine because he just went outside the ring, got him a beer or something, came later. Just having Stone Cold, period.
I think he still would have been brawling with him outside or something like that. I don't know. Stumping a mud hole in him or something like that. I don't know.
Man, it just seemed like everybody
was Solo already knocked down when The Rock finally walked out.
Yeah, he put him through a table.
Oh yeah, Cena put him through a table. Cena,
and then The Rock, rock bottom Cena.
Yep.
Maybe they changed the finish of the match, and then Stone Cold stun. He gives a stunner to The Rock and Roman, and then he puts Cody on top of Roman for the pin. I don't know, something like that.
Yeah, that's how
I don't know. That wouldn't help Cody with his story though, because he was trying to finish his story.
Nah, that story thing was like 10% of it at that point. The long-term storytelling that Ray always be talking about.
Yeah,
Seth Rollins coming out with the Shield uniform on
and his shield. That was perfect.
Right, and when Roman seen that, instead of him hitting Cody, he just got a flashback of that, and he hit him. Like that had to be done.
Yeah.
You think what's the name?
I think Rollins was the MVP of that Mania.
He was. Oh, he was because he was hurt. He was hurt.
And he was hurt. So you got to give him 2 MVPs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
because remember before everything started, he was like, "Let me be your shield." So that was perfect.
He did say that.
He did.
He said that.
Long term storytelling.
Wow. It worked out.
I ain't lie, man. I love Seth Rollins, man. He doesn't get his flowers like he should.
Yeah.
I mean, he's kind of in that same category, the AJ Styles and the Shawn Michaels, and he's kind of in that same category. Like, you know what I mean? You love to see him wrestle. You appreciate, like, he could be. He's another guy. He could be a heel or he could be a good guy. But when his music play, you still gonna sing it whether you like him or not.
Yeah.
But I don't think he'll ever go down as the greatest wrestler ever.
Who, Seth Rollins?
Yeah.
He should be in the top 5 though. If we just being realistic.
I put top 10.
Top 10.
Top 10.
Top 10 ever to wrestle.
In-ring performance.
Freaking Rollins.
Yeah, in ring.
Yeah, I put him top 10. I put him top 10. Yeah.
I think on the mic too. I ain't gonna.
I mean, he's good.
Like the way he's a villain. Like I remember he did the joint with John Cena. Ha 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 ha.
Yeah, we did that. He'd be rolling.
Injuries is like he's derailed a lot of plans over the years because of his injuries. Yeah, and that's what remember Roman Reigns? He's like workhorses don't get injured. He was like he's like if you're the workhorse, you don't get injured.
Yeah,
he's been injured a lot.
Yeah,
a lot.
He had a bunch of knee problems.
So like I mean, if he wouldn't have gotten hurt a lot of times, I think no question he would have been like one of the greatest ever. But
even with the whole what is that called?
Did y'all put him above
the corporate storyline it was doing with Triple H?
Yeah,
where Triple H was like, "This is our guy." He got hurt in that storyline. Blew his ACL.
Yeah, I mean, but did y'all put him above Triple H?
Yeah, in ring. Yeah,
in ring work. Yeah.
Okay.
Just as a wrestler. Yeah.
Or as a sports entertainer.
I don't know if he's more entertaining than Triple H.
No, entertainment. I'm just talking about just for technical wrestling, just the wrestling standpoint.
I don't think anybody's better than Shawn Michaels when it comes to wrestling. Shawn Michaels is the standard.
Well, some people say it's Bret Hart. Some people may put Kurt Angle out there.
Bret Hart's my top
wrong.
my favorite wrestler.
I was just saying, we were talking about AJ Styles. AJ Styles is a guy you can put out there.
Yeah, AJ's top 5 all time.
Right. I'm just telling you, there's guys out there that can wrestle very well. You know, Eddie Guerrero, they're doing a Netflix special on him.
Yeah,
he's a wrestling guy.
Okay? But Ric Flair was considered one of the greatest workers of all time because, you know,
this is a hard conversation to have on who's the top 10 wrestler. You know, it's in ring sports entertainer.
There's no wrong answer though. There's no wrong answer. You can't say somebody's wrong with as much talent that we've had. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's opinion based.
Like, if you pick Bret Hart over Shawn Michaels, I will understand that.
I know a lot
of Shawn Michaels over Bret Hart.
I wouldn't pick Bret Hart over him. Bret Hart's my favorite wrestler of all time, but I'm not picking him over Shawn Michaels as far as pure in-ring talent. Shawn Michaels could do it all. He could hang with the big guys. He could hang with the high flyers. Like one of my favorite matches later in his career, HBK versus Shelton Benjamin. That was a banger.
He super kicked his soul out of him. Yeah, that was
a banger match. Like later in his age, he was still putting on bangers, bro. Like he didn't have to cry. He was still going it, but like, man, like I don't know if y'all watched it like in the 90s. Like he would have matches with 1-2-3 Kid, aka X-Pac. They would have some banger matches. Yeah. Him and Razor Ramon would have some good matches.
Like, Razor Ramon have one of the best ladder matches of all time.
Yeah,
there's
been some very good ladder matches, but that one right there was a real good one.
Diesel, like the matches he would have with Diesel, like and like the matches he had with Bret Hart. Like there's some matches like people don't even know. Like actually, the first ladder match was Bret Hart and Shawn Michaels. It was like on a different I don't think it was on a pay-per-view. It was like on like a house show or something they did. They did the first ladder match together before Shawn did it with Razor Ramon. And that ladder match was actually really good too, but only like certain people know about that. Yeah, man. There's so many.
I would never know. That's some trivia.
And not to get off track, because you mentioned Shelton Benjamin, another person that should have got pushed.
Well, he wasn't getting pushed.
He should have at least got a mid-card run, though. He didn't even get that.
We had the gold standard, but they just.
Well, before that, when they broke him up, when they broke up Team Angle and the world's greatest tag team, he got drafted to Raw. He beat like Triple H 3 times in a row. Clean. He beat Triple H 3 times in a row. So they were trying to push him as that guy. And I don't remember what the name of the match was. Remember, like they would have these matches like, okay, you had to beat the clock type matches or whatever.
Yeah.
At that point, Triple H has never beat Shelton Benjamin. The match he had to have was Triple H versus Shelton Benjamin. Because basically, I think it was like either elimination chamber match or whatever. They're trying to figure out who's the first one in the pod or something like that. I can't remember the match, whatever. And then they had wrestlers sitting around the ring wanting to watch that. I know Batista remember watching the match or whatever, and everyone's facial expression like, "Oh, Triple H has never beat Shelton Benjamin." So, they were pushing him. He became Intercontinental Champion. He had the title, but they ruined him when they bring his mama in there, Shelton Benjamin's mama. That's what killed him. That's what killed.
That wasn't his real mom, I was told.
Yeah, that was Thea. Y'all remember her? She had her own show.
It was Thea, yeah.
They brought that was the dumbest thing. That's Vince McMahon. That's all Vince McMahon. I'm pretty sure doing that. But if you let certain wrestlers don't need gimmicks, just let them go. Like them going in a ring, that is their gimmick. Chris Benoit. I hate to use that name. Sorry, some people may get offended by that, but he didn't have a gimmick. He just went in the ring, wrestled, showed he was tough. That was his thing. Some people just didn't need a gimmick.
I agree with that. Some people
you run the risk of being too gimmicky, and that
was some wrestlers back in the day didn't even have a song; they just came out.
Oh,
you know who was like that for a while? What's his name, man?
I think we're thinking the same thing. Ciampa,
Vladimir Kozlov. When he first debuted, he didn't come out to music. It was just the WWE logo.
No. You remember when talking Tommaso Ciampa came back from injury, and he was a heel at NXT, and he had no theme music. It was just the fans just booing him like heavy, like he was so over as a heel, like it was crazy.
All right, so Penta. All right, Penta. How y'all feel about Penta being Intercontinental Champion?
They should have did a long time ago.
A long time ago.
Yeah. They had. You saw the documentary, WWE Unreal.
Unreal, I seen Unreal, yeah, but they couldn't do it then.
Everyone knew, like, from the first match he had in WWE. Oh, I'm like, yeah, he's got it.
He's over.
He got it. Like
I know we talked about tag. We talked about tag teams earlier. Get him and his brother.
I think that's coming down the road soon.
Yeah,
I think it's coming soon because they were supposed to do a match together in AAA, but Penta got hurt, and that's why it ended up being Rey Fenix and Rey Mysterio.
Okay.
So, but that's coming soon. I know that they've been talking about trying to get the Lucha Brothers back together, which that would go crazy, bro. Man, Lucha Brothers they had some great matches with the Hardys. They had some matches with LAX when it was Mike Santana and Ortiz. They had some crazy matches with them. Man, like them together, they go crazy, bro.
And once, I don't want to get off subject, and before we get into the WrestleMania card, Chelsea Green needs to have a title. I mean,
we don't believe in her.
No, that woman can put. You give her 30 seconds and she's over.
Yeah.
They need to put the women's title on her because she can actually wrestle. She's not she's just not like a version of R-Truth or The Miz. She can actually go.
Yeah.
So what do you think about the one that does have the title? Jade.
Which one? Jade
Cargill.
Jade.
She's got to win.
She looks the part.
She's got to win.
Yeah, she has to win. She has to win to set up the match with her and Charlotte because that's the next one. That's the next big opponent for her is Charlotte.
Mm-hmm.
It's not Belair.
Well, we don't know about that yet.
That's down the road.
Now they've been, staring at each other every now and then, but it's Charlotte. That's the next one.
Because here's the reason why I think Jade needs to win. One, you just gave her own faction now, right?
Yeah.
So now I got to have some legitimacy to this faction, right? Which in return, you want to hope that they can build up Mia Yim and B-Fab, puts them in a different level and light. Because I was telling this to y'all yesterday. Remember when they said on the Unreal, or who does Chelsea fight next, right? She's already fought all these girls. So you need to get some of those girls elevated up where they can either be a mid card or they can also be legitimate threats as upper card women. Jade has to win. Like, you can't have Rhea overcome the odds and beat this. It makes no sense. Like, Jade's got to win, and it's gonna be somebody like, I don't know, one of them Meech and them cost Rhea the championship. I think it has to be.
Yeah, because Rhea doesn't need the title. She doesn't need the title right now.
No, she doesn't. And I thought Rhea, she actually needs to learn how to be a wrestler that doesn't necessarily need the title to put themselves over.
Yeah. Because
what is Rhea's character outside of chasing the title?
But they always pushed her to chase the title.
Right. Yeah. So she needs to evolve from that.
Well, what is she gonna evolve to? She had the tag team titles. I'm trying to figure out how does she evolve? Because
a big part of being a wrestler is being able to just tell the story, even if it's without a title.
As soon as you hear that music, that's the first thing you're thinking about is her being the champ.
Because the only thing I can see next for her, Tiffany Stratton versus Rhea. I can see that down the pipeline.
They're gonna put her in the Money in the Bank.
Who else you got over there? You got to do something with Julia. Like, they got to do something better with her. Like, that girl can go, but I don't know what it is. I don't know how they fumbled that.
Only storytelling that she had that made sense was her against Liv because they were like fighting over Dirty Dime.
Yeah. Oh, while I'm thinking about this off subject,
But that involved the title. That still involved the title.
It still involved the title. That's a bad thing.
But while I'm thinking about it, there's gonna be another match. I'm sure it's gonna be added to WrestleMania. Io versus Asuka. I'm sure that match is gonna get added to WrestleMania. While I'm thinking about that, I know it's
Io had a bad fall the other. Was that Monday? Oh my gosh! She tried to jump out the ring and went straight hit her head. Yeah. Oh man, I was so sad for her.
Yeah, with Jade Cargill and Rhea Ripley though, right? With their WrestleMania match. With Jade Cargill, they would do stuff because I was been watching SmackDown the past few weeks, and you saw her talking to B-Fam behind the scenes during another wrestler's like skit backstage.
Yeah,
and then you saw them walking away. So we knew that it was coming, that they'd eventually pair up. But I was thinking that you would see that come to fruition at WrestleMania. Maybe B-Fab calls an interference to help her go over Rhea.
Yeah.
And then that's when you get the factions birth is at WrestleMania. I think it would have been a bigger moment.
Okay, I see what you mean. Sort of like the way the Judgment Day came out of nowhere when next thing you know, Rhea was part of the Judgment Day like that.
It would have been a bigger moment, I think, if they held off on it until WrestleMania. It would have been fine.
But the only thing I don't like is we know that if Jade has her faction, Io is going to be back with Rhea. And they both need to just do their thing, just singles wrestlers.
I think that's done. I think they ran that course because I think they're, doing the whole Io, Asuka, Kairi kind of thing again right now. So I think that's done. But I'm trying to think who else would team up with Rhea on SmackDown or be opponents. That's what I'm thinking. Like, okay, what do you do with Rhea on SmackDown? So
I think you know what? Y'all been asking for it. Little sister Abigail. You know what I mean? Y'all been asking for it. It's about time she branched off and did something.
You talking about Nikki Cross?
Nikki Cross.
No. She definitely ain't gonna do it.
She got to.
I would love it because Nikki Cross can actually wrestle too.
And you know what would be the thing? You know what would help bring her to her? What you call him? Ron Killings. R-Truth. Rhea, you look like you need some help out there.
Yeah,
I went and got you somebody, baby. I can see it now, and everybody be laughing. He show up with.
That's not a bad idea.
Now I'm scratching my head. I'm trying to think about that women's roster now on SmackDown.
It would have to be Julia and James, but they involved in something else too.
Because right now, okay, as far as the women's side, because most of the women are already tied up in something, like because you have that women's tag match or whatever. So,
Sister Abigail.
So the only as I thought they were going to add Julia and Tiffany Stratton to a WrestleMania match, but I don't know because you got a lot of big people. I think you're about to miss WrestleMania. Unless they'll add a couple more matches, but I really can't think of the rest of the women on SmackDown right now.
That's why I said just go with Julia and Kiana James.
Oh, where's Jordan Grace at? What happened to Jordan Grace?
She's on SmackDown.
She's on SmackDown, but she's just we ain't seen her in weeks.
I thought she got injured.
Did she?
Maybe she did.
Everybody getting it. That's why you got the call Sister Abigail.
Because
I like that though, Dennis. I ain't gonna lie.
Truth will be the perfect bridge because you know he don't be paying attention. He'll say something like Bray Wyatt. I can see him. I can see him saying something.
That's actually good.
We need help. Like I can see him saying it.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah,
that's thinking outside the box, and
I would be. Well, what were you saying, KT?
I gonna say, do we trust them to actually do something like that though? But that's perfect, Dennis.
She gotta get some work, man.
I just with the way that they've gone about building this live event up, man, I'd be very surprised if it turned out to be decent.
They got matches.
I wish Bianca was healthy because she could come back to help Rhea and then turn on Rhea, and then she can turn heel because when she was heel,
a double turn.
Yeah.
Okay.
When she was heel,
girl, bye. That's what she used to say back.
Yeah.
Because when she was in NXT, she was a heel.
Yeah, she was a heel.
That's what got her over, being a heel.
They were hesitant to turn her heel though because she was such like a good face for like little girls that like wrestling and stuff too, though.
Remember, the only reason why she became a face is because the Street Profits were having a match against someone. They had a girl, and Bianca came up to help the Street Profits. I'm trying to remember. Remember, it was the COVID WrestleMania.
That wasn't what's her name that's married to Aleister Black. It wasn't them.
That's another one.
Selena Vega. She was a part. She was with golly. What's that group that was a good faction?
Together for real? I didn't know that.
Yeah, they married.
That's Damian Priest.
Selena Vega and Aleister?
Is it
they married?
What's his name?
You didn't know they was married?
No, I didn't know that was real relationship.
Yeah, they married, man.
Yeah, they married for real. It's real, man.
Hey, who did the Street Profits do with their WrestleMania? That was COVID WrestleMania.
I don't know. Did they win?
Who did they go against?
It wasn't those like
in the corner, and Bianca came out.
It wasn't Carlos Escobar's group.
I think it's the other dude though. That's like Escobar. What's his name? He rips his pants off. Garza.
Andrade.
Garza? He rips his pants off or whatever. That dude.
Didn't Andrade get fired?
Yeah, but we're talking about
Angel Garza. I think it was Angel Garza. Remember Angel Garza?
That's what I'm talking about. They were with
Austin Theory
at one point. No, it was the cousins. They're both cousins. They were a tag team.
No, he wasn't up yet.
I wish
Berto?
I knew.
Or what is it?
Yeah,
Berto?
I think that's who it is.
He wasn't up on the main roster yet at that point, I don't think. I gotta look that up. Street Profits.
I'm gonna let you look that up. Listen, now we're gonna start with the biggest thing that's going on: Roman Reigns versus CM Punk. Right? It's been building. Do you take the belt off CM Punk?
Can I
go ahead?
Can I get my take first?
Go ahead.
Because then I gotta go after this.
Right.
I think you let CM Punk keep the belt. And the reason I say that is I think Roman Reigns, right, is a team A+ player. And the World Heavyweight Championship is not viewed like that big star title. I think the WWE Championship is Roman's title. I think that's what fits his character.
I totally agree with you, but that's the exact reason why you let him win, so he can elevate that title.
Yeah, because he's Netflix is his show.
Because if you remember, the whole reason we have the second title is because nobody could beat Roman, so that title is a consolation prize.
Oh shit, I was right.
I thought it was more so because, well, yeah, you said nobody could beat Roman.
Yeah, that's what it was.
That's what it was.
But that was heel Roman too. This one here, he's semi-face. You know what I'm saying? So he can build that title up. Because we know whenever he has a title, it comes with like some prestige. When his music hits, everybody is into it.
I could see it could go either way, but I could see Roman Reigns losing it, and that ties back The Rock. Like, you disgraced our family by not winning.
And he lost to CM Punk.
Or
I don't think he's gonna lose, but I think
together after this at some point. So either the bloodlines are get involved and help Roman win, or
Jay is gonna cost him the title, being a hot head.
One or two.
I think that's gonna be later on. Jay's gonna cost him to lose his title.
Do you want to have CM Punk lose two WrestleManias in a row?
Yeah, he just got back.
But do you want to have Roman lose 2 Manias in a row? That's the eliminator. Somebody got to lose 2 in a row.
Who got pinned last year? Who got pinned?
Roman.
Oh, Roman. Oh, yo, Seth Rollins won. They were in a triple threat match last year.
Yeah, I remember Seth Rollins won, but who got pinned? Roman got pinned?
Yeah, Roman got pinned.
Oh.
Yeah. So I don't know.
No, Roman would be done lost 3 WrestleManias in a row.
And we know his money is on Roman, man. When you got the title on him.
All right, fellas, I got to step out.
I think Roman is going to win. I think Roman's gonna win, and it's gonna build the bloodline back.
Yeah, that's my thoughts exactly.
I think that's gonna put the bloodline back together. I don't know, but that could go any way, man. That could go any way. That match can go any way, man.
Yeah, my money's on Roman though. Yeah, I think WWE is better when he has a title.
And I think CM Punk is going to be cool with it because I think CM Punk goes and wins it back. I mean, that is the one member of the Shield that CM Punk just can't beat. Like, he beat everybody else in the Shield but Roman. And I remember when Roddy Piper came out and gave that speech and was like, well, he beat you and he beat you. He said, is he going to beat you? And he slapped Roman because remember, Roman wasn't talking back then.
I think CM Punk did beat Roman. I want to say he did beat Roman.
I thought he didn't beat Roman.
Early Shield days.
I remember Roddy Piper came out and slapped him. I remember that he slapped Roman because Roman wasn't talking. Roman was on his Solo Sikoa Enforcer.
When he was a big dog.
Yeah, well, before he was a big dog, he was just a Shield member that didn't talk too much. Like, he was just straight action.
Man, the Shield, that was a
WrestleMania all over the place.
It is.
Yeah, I mean, they got to be now because the ticket sales them went down. Them ticket sales low enough now. I might go.
I'm still at the Quest. I was like, I mean, I bet you could probably get, if you waited last minute to get some tickets for WrestleMania, you could probably get some dirt cheap. Yeah. Not dirt cheap, but like very reasonable.
I waited last minute to get the ones in Philly, and I still paid $240 to sit in the 200 level. I didn't sit in the 200 level, but I'm just letting you know. See, I can do that in Philly because I know in my city I'm not sitting where I'm supposed to sit at. In somebody else's city, I'm going to sit in my seat.
The way it's looking, though, y'all, we may have to get out there and get on the card to help him out. It's looking a little rough. Us against the Wyatts.
And also, too, I was right. It was the Street Profits versus Angelo Dawkins and Angel Garza and Austin Theory. Because remember, Zelina Vega was managing kind of like all of them at one point.
I knew it was Zelina Vega. I just didn't know.
And that's when Bianca came out. That's when she really became like a face. It was like the beginning of her face run. But yeah, she was a good heel in NXT.
Yeah, I think she'll come back heel because she's been gone for a while. People forgot her. They haven't forgotten her.
Okay, so we already said Cody's gonna lose.
I don't know. I think he should.
Yeah. Let's go match by match and say who we gonna.
Are you gonna have Cody lose 2 WrestleManias in a row?
Yeah, he cool with that. He's a company guy. He cool with that. Yeah. He ain't worried about it. He putting his friends over. Randy Orton and John Cena's his homie. So
see, remember the old adage? There's an old adage they used to say with WWE. WrestleMania was for the faces, SummerSlam was for the heels.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
So CM Punk versus Roman Reigns. We saying Roman Reigns?
I guess we have to say, I guess Roman on that one.
So we got Cody versus Randy.
Either way, but I have to say it's probably Roman.
All right, so Cody versus Randy. Who we got?
I'm putting money on Randy.
Yeah,
I'm with Randy too.
I'm gonna go Randy as well.
Because whoever's been talking to him on the phone, I think they're gonna interfere too.
Yeah.
So we said Oba versus Brock, which I think should be a main event match, but I don't know if it is.
It's Oba for me, man.
I said Oba.
We'll go with Oba. I go with Oba too.
Yeah, we can't keep agreeing. I'm gonna disagree in a minute just for the heck of it. Okay, so Jade Cargill versus Rhea. We said Jade. We're going Jade.
Rhea. They're gonna give it to Rhea. They're gonna make us mad. They ain't giving us all that nice stuff.
I don't see Rhea because I think Rhea was putting this match to make Jade look good.
Yeah,
we know Rhea can wrestle with anybody.
Yeah. Okay.
So we got what? Seth Rollins and Gunther. Who we got?
Seth Rollins.
Gunther. Is he gonna show his dominance as Brock loses and Gunther wins? Then Gunther's gonna let everybody know I'm the ruler of the division because I just beat the last ruler of the division.
I got Gunther too. I'm with you.
Well,
go ahead.
I'm thinking Gunther and Braun Breaker surprise return costs Seth Rollins.
That's exactly what's gonna happen because he's been cleared.
He cleared too?
Yeah, he's cleared. They're just saving him. They
said with the type of injury he got, he might be out until SummerSlam.
Because they could have went on with the match now, but you don't want to rush it.
Yeah.
Here's one I'm interested in, but I'm really not interested. AJ Lee versus Becky, because I think Becky should just win. I think Becky should be AJ Lee.
I really don't care for that.
I think AJ Lee's gonna win that.
I ain't gonna lie. I really that's one of the matches I might go get some popcorn on.
Like Becky, that's another one that you can put her in the ring with anyone.
Yeah, she can wrestle. Oh, she definitely, and honestly, she's good on the mic too.
She's cold on the mic. That's why I need her to have.
I started liking Becky when back when they used to do the SmackDown versus Raw Wars, and she got all bloodied up and everything. And I was like, oh, okay, I'm a fan now.
I think AJ wins, and the night after WrestleMania, it sets up the return of Paige.
I don't really want to see Paige, man.
And then Paige takes the title off her again. Is that what you're thinking?
Yeah.
But here's my thing. I don't mind Paige coming back, but the women's roster in the WWE is stacked.
Yeah.
Especially with the NXT women coming.
Yeah, bring Sol Ruka. Let Sol Ruka come up and beat her.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't think you go.
Well, Sol Ruka needs the NXT title first.
Yeah.
Before they bring her up.
I don't think she needs it, but
I think she deserves it.
Yeah.
She needs
I think she deserves
it. When they don't get it, it takes them too long to get going. Like when I want to say, what was that? Dirty Dime took him a little while to get going. I wasn't a fan of Dirty Dime at first.
Yeah.
But the Dirty Dime we got now, I like it.
Yeah.
But
listen, and he was a heel, but when he won the belt last year at WrestleMania, I was hyped. Like that was my son. Like I felt like Rey Mysterio. I was like, yo, like, and it was like, I'm not even supposed to be liking Dirty Dime, but I was happy for that move.
Well, speaking of that, we got that match, him versus Finn Balor. I think Finn Balor's going to win.
Yeah, Finn Balor needs to win because they're trying to push him.
Yeah.
He's a main event star, man.
Yeah. Bring the demon back.
But I think they're going to push him to be in AAA. And I think he's going to take the AAA belt off of Dirty Dime.
I hope
then they're going to push him to be in AAA.
No, leave him.
Because AAA needs a superstar over there.
I mean, they got him. A lot of the WWE's guys are already going over there. Like,
right, because I think it's an extra payday for them. That's what I really think that they're going over there for. Like AAA doesn't have its own network. AAA pay-per-view you can see on YouTube.
On YouTube, which
right.
I appreciate.
So I appreciate it too, but I know WWE is like, we need more money for this.
Put that, I guarantee you that's going to be on one of these networks, something real soon.
Right. And the way they're going to do it is they got to have a wrestler to push it. And I think the Demon would be perfect.
His wife does work in that company. I think
he already had a match over there with the Iguana.
Yeah, Mr. Iguana.
That's crazy. That's wild. All right, so we got that one.
The Intercontinental.
Hell, put the Wyatts over there.
I think Pence is going to retain.
I think
no, Bouncy winning that.
No,
I don't think they're gonna give it to him.
The young OG.
I would love for Evans to get it.
Yeah,
that's what I'm going with. A short run with this title.
That's because he's going to build up and get another one.
No. Penta's got to win this one.
But you know who really needs it is Rusev. That's who needs the title. His run so far has been just so mediocre.
But see, this is the thing about WWE that will piss us off. When they give it to JD Madonna. I'm trying to tell you, yo, that is going to piss us off. When they give it to JD, you're going to be sitting there like, out of all the people in this match, JD, really?
I'm not going to lie. I wouldn't mind him winning it.
See, I would.
I think
he put his time in, and it's time for him to be the guy, but I mean, honestly, that would make the whole complete breakup for the Judgment Day, because now he does have the prestige belt. Yeah. So now he's the ruler of Judgment Day. And Dom, you just lost to Finn Balor.
Yeah. And see,
wow.
Here's the thing too, with the Judgment Day, it's kind of upset me. I think Raquel Rodriguez, whatever her name is, Raquel Gonzalez, whatever her name is.
Rodriguez, you said it right.
Yeah.
She's done really well this last like 6, 7, 8 months.
Yes.
It's a shame for her if she missed WrestleMania. Like,
well, that's probably how she makes WrestleMania. She helps
No, she's gonna cost Liv the title.
You think she cost the title?
Remember in the Royal Rumble, who threw her out?
I think Liv is gonna win.
Oh, so she about to get on her Diesel and Shawn Michaels.
Because you remember she threw her out. Wow. They're supposed to be working together in the Royal Rumble. Because
then also we got Roxanne Perez a part of that too.
So I can see Raquel helping out Stephanie.
Wow. I didn't even put that together. That's wow.
You cost me my title shot. Guess what?
I'm gonna
cost you yours too.
This whole judgment is gonna break up on Monday.
But you'll still have Liv, Dom. They'll still be together. Because I think you keep them together.
So it won't be the Judgment Day no more.
Nah, it just be what? Bonnie and Clyde. You just go with them and roll.
They ain't got no titles. They just be them two with no titles.
Yep. So then we got Jacob Fatu versus Drew McIntyre.
Fatu's supposed to win because McIntyre's about to go do a movie. That was the whole reason for him to lose the belt. He's about to do a movie.
But let him lose the belt at WrestleMania.
Yeah. I think Fatu needs this one.
Yeah, I'll go with Fatu, even though I want to say Drew.
Because he had a good streak going on, that he got injured. Injuries.
I don't think he needs this though. Like even if he lost this, I don't think he goes down no points.
No,
like you're not looking at him like a mid Carter after that.
No, Fatu. No, I'm with you.
You know what I mean?
Then we got the women's tag team championship.
Yeah, that's a fatal 4-way.
I think somehow they're gonna put it on the Bellas.
I know.
They're going to. They're going to because because when they were tag teaming, these belts went around, and I'm telling you, they could set up AJ Lee and Paige versus the Bellas.
Man, give me the Irresistible Forces. Nia Jax, Lash Legend. Keep the belts on them.
Okay. Well, I'm going with Bailey.
Really?
Yeah, I'm going with Bailey and the girl that she's with. I forgot her name. Ira. Yeah, I'm going with Bailey and Ira.
I wouldn't be mad if they won. I wouldn't be upset. This is probably a match where I wouldn't be mad if anybody won, but I
just give me a good match. That's what I'm gonna say.
Well, I think Nia Jax and Last Legend should keep it. They should.
Yeah, I think the Bellas gonna win that one.
Right.
They're about to force the Bellas down our throat.
Yep. So we said Finn Balor and Dominic. We going with Finn Balor, right?
Yeah.
I'm going with Dirty Dom. Even though I know Finn, because we're agreeing too much. So I'm going down.
You go with Dirty Dom. You go with Dirty Dom just because we agreeing too much.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just the way we see wrestling. But I can see where you're coming from because they always give us something like, why y'all let that happen? But what you got next one?
Now, this one here should be a no-brainer who should win. Out of Sami Zayn and Trick Williams.
Well, I think that's not going to be just them two.
I don't think that match is going to be just them two.
We think that Carmelo Hayes and Ilya is
they can add. That's what
you
I
can
think.
Add. Go ahead. My bad, man. Go ahead, bro.
No, I think I don't know, but I got a gut feeling like you're not going to leave those two off. And I think when it's all said and done, I think Trick is going to win.
Exactly. That's why I said it was a no-brainer.
Yeah.
You talking about another dude that's over? You got to put it on Trick.
You cannot give all three of those guys a title after just last year. They were just in the NXT stand and deliver match in a triple threat. And now all three of them won a big match on WrestleMania.
Yeah, because this is what I wanted to lead to. I want to see Sami Zayn and Drew McIntyre just team up and just be some hell of a heels because they keep getting disrespected. I would love for them to work together, but you got to put it on Trick, man.
I think Sami Zayn joins the bloodline again.
I don't have a problem with him doing that.
Of course.
Yeah, let him go. Let him and Drew McIntyre just go whoop everybody and help each other out. They don't have to be tag team champions.
Well, I was told KO was returning.
Not anytime soon. That dude's got a while before he comes back.
Yeah, because the neck surgery, right?
Yeah, he's got a long time.
I was told he was wrestling, and maybe I'm wrong, but I was told he was wrestling.
I know he's doing the LFG stuff. He's like one of the coaches with LFG.
I can see him back by SummerSlam, possibly.
I wouldn't even rush him back though with that injury. Because you don't want him to get hurt.
I haven't watched LFG lately.
I don't watch it anyway.
No, but I like it.
I don't even know when it comes on. I haven't
watched it lately.
I haven't watched really Evolve either. I would like to watch that too. I think that's on Tubi though, right?
Yeah.
See, they got a station. It's time for AAA to get their station.
They're not going to
get a contract. They got to put a star over there.
If I'm AAA, I'm putting them on Peacock. I'm giving them a Peacock. Get them on Peacock or something like that.
No, Peacock took everything WWE off their joint.
Yeah. Everything
WWE, they deleted. Control, Alt, Delete. If anything.
No, because they're about to put a Shawn Michaels documentary on there on the 13th. It's going to be on Peacock.
Oh, I thought that was on Netflix. Okay.
No, it's going to be on Peacock.
I'm glad y'all said that. I need to cancel my Peacock anyway. I only had it for the WWE.
That's all I had it for. I canceled mine as soon as the WWE left.
Yeah, I need to cancel that ASAP. And then we said Stephanie and Liv. Who did we say? Who did y'all go with?
I think Liv is going to win.
I do too.
No, I'm going to go with your theory. Stephanie going to win.
Oh, yeah, I did say that. I can't double back. Yeah.
Go with your theory. Stephanie's going
to win with Raquel.
Because that makes sense now. Like, this is how you completely end the Judgment Day. And then you'll get a tag match with Raquel and Raquel and Finn versus Dirty Dom and Liv. That'd be the tag match you get. So that'd be like a tag match that you get like the Backlash after WrestleMania. That'd be that tag match.
I almost forgot my own good idea, man. I'm glad you reminded me.
That's a good idea. It makes sense. But JD wins the Intercontinental Championship. That's what that is. Oh, that right there is going to blow me on, man. I'm telling you. JD is the Intercontinental Championship.
He can have a really big head. You know what I'm saying? I did this.
Yeah.
That's good.
Now his ego matches head. Yeah, I can see that. Right. Yeah.
I was trying to stay away from that one, but yeah, you're right.
No, I see where you was going. I see what you was putting down. I picked it up.
I put it out there, but I wasn't just saying it directly. I got you.
All right. Let's get to these last matches so we get about it. What's the next one?
That was it, wasn't it?
That's it.
Well, I think a couple more people. I think there's going to be a few more matches added. They're going to add the tag team championships for Raw. That's definitely getting added. Because you can't leave the Usos off.
I think they want Division to keep.
The Usos lost though. Remember?
But I think they want Divisions to keep the title for a little while. So they'll give us that 3-way with LA Knight
and the Usos.
National Speed. Yeah, they'll give us that so Division can keep the titles a little longer just to show their dominance.
Yeah. Then also too, I'm pretty sure it's gonna be Oscar. Like I said, Oscar and Io. I'm pretty sure that's gonna be a match.
And with that one, will Kari Zane finally turn?
Yeah.
Because the people love her.
Yeah.
Kyrie!
That one, then are you gonna leave Tiffany Stratton off the card? Her and Julia, because that's supposed to be the rumored match. Julia versus Tiffany Stratton.
For the title. But I think they're fighting. Are they fighting on SmackDown for the title?
Maybe that's gonna be on SmackDown. So maybe Tiffany doesn't. Dang, that would suck. Because she was having a meteoric rise for her not to make WrestleMania.
But that was one that they pushed straight out of NXT fast. Yeah. They pushed her fast, and then she had that one bump and then lost a tooth, and ever since then it's just like she just went down.
Flair, when she went off the script with Charlotte Flair,
right?
That kind of hurt her a little bit too.
That kind of hurt her when she started talking about Charlotte Flair, people DMing her and all that.
Yeah.
But what I would like with her, for her to have her own faction, I'm gonna tell you who needs to be in it. Izzy Dane and who else? Blake Monroe. I would like to see all three of them together.
That'd be interesting.
I want to see how it look. Gotta have a good look.
Because you got like the Mean Girls. Because Tiffany need to go back to being the heel.
Yeah. But do you want to switch that? Do you want to switch that this soon? Because you really just kind of made her a face with like in the last year or so.
You talking about Tiffy?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean it's Tiffy time. That's cool. But after that, what is it? You know what I mean?
If Penta loses, and I know y'all said what you do with Penta after that, he wins the Money in the Bank.
Nah. Money in the Bank.
I don't think they would put him in there because I think by that time you have Obafemi. He'll be in it. Of course, you have like Trick Williams in there.
No,
maybe Braun Breaker or something like that. Could be a guy.
Trick was just in it. He was just in it, so they'll put him back in it.
Just don't put LA Knight in it because I know he ain't gonna win it.
Yeah, LA Knight just needs to get rid of that one move where he jumps on the top rope because he keeps slipping. Give him something else.
Anything he do on the top rope, he slipped. He went on the top rope to sit on the joint during the Usos joint, and he slipped off that. I said, "This got to be great. What is he drinking? Pure
that's
water."
Somebody give him the title for like a month or two. He deserves a title. Just let him have it for a month or two. He can talk with the best of them.
That's what they used to do.
This is what you can do. Since him and Jay Uso are both Slim Jim guys, Jimmy got a baby coming. Have him fake the injury like y'all did before when y'all put Sami Zayn in. Let LA Knight fill in for Jimmy. They win the titles. They the Slim Jim champions. Now your Slim Jim endorsements go up. Y'all got a tag team name. That kind of look good to me.
I can see that happening. I want Sami Zayn to be just mean.
Yeah.
Because in the bloodline, he was always conflicted.
Yeah, because he always fit and all that. Yeah.
Exactly. But now he's been disrespected too much. Now he's out for blood. He's out for violence. Him and Drew McIntyre.
I don't think he joins voluntarily to the bloodline. I think they go get him.
Yeah, but I think the bloodline can be good without him.
Yeah, but I don't think they have the entertainment value without him.
Now, that's the truth. That thing where he was like, "You're not so oozy," I still watch that.
Right.
To this day.
Like that, it's the entertainment value when it comes with Sammy. Not just the fact that he was a better wrestler than the Usos, but it's also the entertainment value.
But they need to let Jimmy cook a little bit more too. Jimmy's good on the mic.
Jimmy's very good on the mic. Jimmy's
a better wrestler than Jay.
Yes, he is.
I don't know. See, I don't think Jimmy's a better wrestler than Jay.
He is, bro.
I just think Jimmy's way better on the mic than Jay because Jay always looked like he lost his breath all the time.
But you notice they stopped letting him come from the crowd now, right? He's coming from the back.
Yeah,
I think he's so hyped from the crowd and coming down. By the time he get to the ring, he's gone.
Yeah,
like you can see on the championship joint, he ain't do too much eating. Like he just stood there and he breathed and he took it all in, and then he just came down slowly and he tagged it. Yeah,
because with Jimmy and his singles matches, you don't see him winded. I never seen him winded.
No. Man, that match they had at WrestleMania was terrible.
Oh, 1-on-1.
Yeah, that was supposed to be the best match. I had that as going as the best match. So the Usos versus each other, that's gonna be the best match. It was the worst match on it. Yeah, and I was told that their time got shortened, so they had to rush it and everything. They need to cut some of them commercials. Personally, that's how I feel.
Jimmy said he had pitched let Jay just squash me and get it over with. That was Jimmy's idea. He wanted Jay to just like beat him and be done, essentially.
I don't think that'd be good either. So
no.
I was looking for a Bret Hart Owen Hart match. That's what I was looking for.
Definitely.
Not as technical, but just as much controversy.
And just telling the story. I mean, you cost me the title against Roman. It's all about the story, and they couldn't tell it, like you said, it's short in the time. They couldn't really tell a story like they wanted to.
Right. But if that's all y'all have, I would like to say thank everybody for tuning in to the Wrestling Pod. To the Wrestling Pod. And we will be back. That's what I'm going to let y'all know. We will be back. And I want to thank everybody for coming out tonight. And I want to give y'all socials, Ray Ray Podcast.
Ray Ray's Podcast. Google your boy.
Okay.
And I'm at Sports Life Talk, me and my man B Jones. We got a podcast where we represent the women's game, whether it's high school, college, professional. We got high school athletes, professional athletes, coaches, all of that. So come check us out on all our socials at Sports Life Talk.
Thank y'all again. God bless y'all. Good night.
Yeah.
Yeet.
Yes.